washed up. And today we're going to flesh him as well as take that raccoon off of a board and check on a bobcat to make sure it is drying correctly. It actually might be dry. They're super thin skinned, so we'll just see what it looks like. But I'm gonna glove up and put my tools together. I'm gonna have to buy a bigger pair of gloves. It is super cold here right now, so tomorrow this raccoon will probably be good and dry, so I'll turn it inside out and then set it out. I guess I could show it to you real quick. I caught a raccoon today, so that will be tomorrow's video if I do a video on it. But super duper big raccoon. Great pelt, really dark, a lot of meat on him. Really high quality fur. But today we are going to work on this coyote. Dry off my... I just finished washing that coon up. So we'll get everything cleaned up here. I might scoot after we kind of get ready to actually do the fleshing on this coyote, I may scoot things forward a little bit. But right now, I need to sharpen some knives, clean some tools from the skinning part of this night. Get a few things ready here. Okay. Okay. All right, so the first thing I always like to do on these animals is give them a good brushing. Give them a good brushing because it always seems to make things look a little nicer, and get the burrs and stuff out of them. Put that there, get the whetstone out of the way. And all I'll really do is lay him out good and flat like this. Looks like his mouth is starting to dry up just a little too much. So I'll trim this nose off. He's got all this cartilage in his nose. We don't want too much of that hanging on. So we'll trim that out. When I skinned this one, I left a little too much on there. What is that? This is a coyote. Excuse me, it was a coyote, now it's fur. There we go. What is that? That's a coyote. Yep. Answered your own question. I need a pair of pliers. There we go. So, what I'm about to do, what's going on? So, I'm a trapper. I caught this coyote yesterday, got him skinned out. And I'm about to clean off all the inside goop from him, just to kind of scrape everything. So I'm gonna brush them out here. They get a lot of like sand burrs and cockleburrs and stuff in their neck area. So I want to make sure that I really brush that well. That way when I'm skinning or when I'm scraping, I don't catch one of those and end up tearing a hole in them. They're not worth that much as it is, so I might as well do my best to keep them really nice. I'll show you how to pull out like all this cartilage here in the ear. That's all got to come off, so that way it's not like just a crispy piece of flap sitting there. Have you stuffed an animal? Just joined, couldn't tell what you're doing. Thank you for sharing. You are brave. I don't know about that. I just like hunting and fishing, man. We'll brush him out. Looks like he's got just a little. So this was a male, and you see right here how that patch of fur is kind of like scruffy and missing. That means he's rubbed. So this one may not be such a high quality fur after all. I couldn't tell that when I had him in the trap, but once you kind of get them washed and you clean them up a little bit, man, it gets really obvious if they have any damage. We'll just get this joker brushed out, nice and pretty like. He kind of had these cool black patches on his shins. They don't all have that. Oak, do you deer hunt? I do deer hunt. You made me smile. You read my message. Thank you. No problem, man. Yep, I do deer hunt. I did not get a deer this year. The state I live in is a $1 state, and I did not find a buck I was wanting to shoot. And then I had a couple of issues during muzzleloader season that really kind of put a damper on my season. I got kicked off of some private land that I had access on, and I still have access on it, but somebody else that hunts it came and threw a bit of a fit. So it was fine. I just left. You hunting Franklin? Anything big? No, I didn't see anything big. Out here we got mule deer and stuff, and that's what I was really targeting during muzzleloader season. It just didn't work out for me this year. But trapping season opened, and let me tell you, man, business is good. I've been catching all kinds of stuff. I caught a beaver this year. That was cool. Caught 2 bobcats so far. Ton of coyotes, few raccoons, couple skunks. Selfish not to let you hunt. Well, that's the thing. It wasn't even their land. It was part of the land was in the family, and I know the landowner, and I had permission to be there, but they were family, and you know a landowner's not gonna boot his own family off of there. So I just waited till they were done hunting for the year, and then I went to it, but it's kind of over for that by then. It's a big area. I had other places to go. It's just things just did not work out for me during deer season this year. To be honest, I'm really not the best deer hunter in the world. And I actually don't even like it that much. I don't like deer hunting that much, but I love eating the meat, so that's why I do it. But actually, this coyote came off of that same guy's land. He lets me trap and he lets me bird hunt, so I don't ever really throw too much of it. I'm not going to throw too much of a fit if his family wants to come shoot deer, you know? Please be safe. I guess he must have hopped out of there. That's kind of how it goes on these things. I didn't realize people just come and go on these live streams the way they do. Come on, you gotta get this ear turned right side out. I left the hole too small on this ear. I'm gonna have to fix that real quick before we get too far on here. So this ear here, you want to be able to flip them inside out like that. So this one is perfect, but this ear hole I left too small. So I'm gonna have to fix my mistake real quick. I'm gonna have to do it without cutting myself, which is not always very easy. Where's my pliers at? There we go. Please answer me. What is it called that you're doing? Okay, so this is called fleshing. So yesterday I skinned this coyote, and today I am fleshing it. So I haven't got to the actual fleshing part yet. This is all just prep work to make sure things go smoothly. You don't want to have, like, the better job you do skinning, the easier fleshing is. So right there, that's perfect. So now it's time to split this ear off. There's that. And I'm gonna split it right there. And I should be able to just cut that off right there like so. Come on, you. Gosh dang it. I hate when I mess up the ears like this, because then it's like a super pain to flip them, and it's a super pain to pull that cartilage out of there. And do you sell it for a purpose, or do you keep it? Interesting. So this one, I actually have a lot of them, so I may make some stuff out of them this year. I'm probably gonna end up tanning everything, and then making a few like hats or maybe even a vest. I have enough I could probably make a blanket, to be honest. But I don't know if I'll do that or not. But I will tan everything, but I don't know exactly what they're gonna do after that. I may sell them. Just kind of depends on how the market looks and what I end up having total at the end of the season. All right, this is a big old coyote, so I'm gonna scoot everything away a little bit. Man, that's a big coyote. Okay. I'm gonna pull you up here just a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. Create things cool. I want to see the product. Hope I don't miss it. Yeah. Actually got a bunch of likes on this one. Man, that's pretty nice. Pretty nice. So we're gonna get started on this joker, and we're gonna need, the very first thing I always do is pull the ears. So you can see right there, this is the good part of the ear that we want to keep on both sides. This is the bad part of the ear that's got to go. So what we'll do is we will come in on this side and just give it a little bit of persuasion. Get it where it's kind of letting go. Oh, dang it. Whoops. Well, I'm going to have to do this one in two pieces. I done messed up already. Well, it's been a few days since I had to do a coyote. I hadn't caught many coyotes for probably close to a week, and then all of a sudden I got covered up in them again. Hey Oak, I don't care if you don't read this, but you deserve more views and support. Oh, that's cool. Thanks. What else does that say? It's hard to wake up every day, go hunting, please work. Really like your content, you earned a sub. Cool, thank you. So, I go to work and then I check traps after work. So, tonight wasn't a dark time check, but yesterday was a dark time check, and I got the shit scared out of me by a donkey. I rounded a blind corner on a creek bend. And that sucker was just there waiting on me. Scared the heck out of me. There we go. Okay, so now you see here where this is starting to kind of separate just a little bit, where you see it going dark to light right there. That's where the skin meets the cartilage. And I messed up here, so I have to pull this ear off in two pieces, but it's gonna work. There we go. Oh, dang it. There we go. Okay. All right. So that can get trimmed. I like my ears to stay as triangular as possible. I had just a little bit of a skin flap on that one. This one is going to be a different story. This one's going to be good. Just got to get it started a little bit like that. See that? I could probably actually almost pull that one with my fingers if I wanted to, but pliers just make it so much easier. There. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect. So that's the cartilage. That's the inside of the ear. And then this is the outside of the ear. Nice triangular ear. So we'll tuck that back in there so it's out of the way while we're scraping. Gosh dang it, tuck back in, you. Keeps catching on my glove. There we go. Okay, and then we'll come to this other ear here and do the same thing. So this one, I need to start working here. There we go. Because I always do this on coyotes. I always end up cutting off too much ear when I'm skinning, and it creates such a massive issue during the fleshing. And I like constantly remind myself, like, hey, cut off more ear. Go further down the ear to cut that off. But it never works. I always end up doing this, and it drives me nuts. Come on. See, I need to, when I'm skinning, I need to come further down the head instead of just cutting the ear off so high up. It'll make this process much easier. And I gotta try not to cut through it and slice my finger open while I'm working on it too. So there are some unique challenges regarding the ears. There we go. Okay. So now, right there. My dog is outside going bananas. Must be a cat in the dumpster or something. You create things. Cool. I want to see the product. Hope I don't miss it. Yeah. So I probably won't be making anything until after the season's officially over, which will be in 3 weeks. I don't know. Yeah, roughly 3 weeks for me. But when it is over, I'm going to do a live each night as I process everything into, oh man, dang it. I did it again. See that? That's the bottom side of the cartilage. That's what I'm trying to get off of here. I just wasn't able to do it. Wasn't able to do it all in one fell swoop, you know? It's not what I was going for. There we go. Now I'll be able to. There it goes. At least there goes that little bit. The whole thing's got to come off. That one didn't come off so clean, but I'll make it work. There it goes. A little bit at a time on this one, apparently. Gosh, dang it, man. It always starts off super duper strong, and then it just dwindles down to like 1 or 2 people watching after the first few minutes. Because I think it's because 1, people have no idea what I'm doing, or 2, maybe they're just not interested. I don't know. But typically, by the time I get down to 1 or 2 people, they stick around because they are interested, and I get a lot of good questions. So if you have questions about what I'm doing now is there we go. Now is the time to ask. There we go. That ear didn't come out so good, but I ended up making it work out. Okay. So now we tuck that sucker back in. Add a Q&A sticker. Huh. All right. So now we're going to get to the nitty-gritty of this joker. So he's got just a little bit of meat up here, and I'll use the sharp side to kind of shave that down. Just a little bit, and then I'll take the dull side of the knife and push it down. Push it down to the ear right there. And then slice it off with the sharp side. There it goes. Just like that. There's a little bit of cartilage there. I think I'm going to clean that up. There's a little here too. I think I'm going to clean that up. All right. So right here, I always worry about it, but it hasn't been a problem yet. So that's actually pretty good on the head. So I'm just going to turn him, and you can kind of see, oops, you can kind of see what I'm trying to scrape down is that pink stuff there. I'm trying to push that down past the ears. And I'm just rolling this coyote around my beam as I'm going. There we go. And we're just pushing that membrane and any fat that's underneath it. We're just pushing that down. Whew, this guy had some struggles in life. So this was a big male coyote, and it didn't have mange yet, but it was starting. 3 folks watching, okay. It didn't have mange yet, but it was kind of starting to. So I'm glad I got him when I did. Okay. So now we're here on the back. This is the back of the coyote, and we're gonna this is where the real work actually starts. So start pushing. There must be some sort of deal there. See, I pushed him too hard right there and scraped him just a little too thin. Just in that one small spot. As we get down to the bottom of him, some people don't even scrape this far up. But I just go ahead and do the whole thing. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with scraping all of them, you know. So we're going to push right down to the arms. This is one of the arms. We'll push right down to that arm. Roll them around as we go. And just push him down. Push and push and push. There we go. Now we're making progress. Okay, so while we're here on the arms, I'm going to take this one. I'm just going to push the arm down on there, and then scrape all the, scrape everything I can off that armpit. And I'm going to roll them around. See that right there? That's got to come off. It's not much, but it's enough to cause a problem later. And I am not interested. These are hard to, this is all hard to do. And I don't want to have problems where I feel like I need to go redo this later. So right here is this is his elbow. This is the spot where he kind of was starting to have mange. Like I said, it wasn't real bad, but it never is real bad at first, and then all of a sudden it's just everywhere. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so we're rolling back to his back. You can tell the back because his tail will be in front of you on the board. Ooh, we are back to 0. Tough tonight. So then we'll just scrape them on down. Turn them around and keep scraping. All right. Man, I wish we'd get some more folks in here. Maybe Thursday night at 10 o'clock's not the best time to stream. Ooh, excuse me. All right. I'm gonna back this back up just a little bit. So now he's done being fleshed. So we're going to get a stretcher out, get him put on the stretcher. Clean up some of this fur and crap. Ugh. Wipe down my fleshing beam. All right. No, actually, I think we're just going to leave that like that. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now we've got to cut these arms off at a specific spot. So just below the elbow is the spot. Mange has such a distinct smell. And this has just the slightest touch of it. Just a little tiny bit. It's not too bad, so we're gonna let it ride. But, yep, so we'll cut those like so. And then we'll put them here on this stretching beam. Stretching board, whatever you want to call it. And just pull them down. Loop the nose up over the front like that. Perfect. Sweet. Sweet. This ear did not come out good. Did not come out good at all. So this one is probably going to end up being a vest. Probably going to end up being a hat or something like that, because he is just not wall hanger quality. That's the first one I've messed the ears up on in quite some time. Get the borax out. There we go. Flip him over on his belly like that so we can get the legs stretched good. Come on. There we go. There's that one. There's that one. One more. Okay. go. There it goes. Perfect. Okay, so we will get those stretched down like that. Come around to the tail. Looks like I gotta cut a little bit of the membrane here off. There we go. That's a nice chunk of borax. Okay. Do that under the legs. Get some clothespins out here. And we're going to pin up the ears. I always like to pin them up pretty high. Kind of go in the eye hole there, and then pull that ear up, and then a clothespin. There we go. And then I'll do one on the edge, which is kind of best I can. Sometimes that's not always possible. There we go. Got it on that one. Then I'll do the same thing on this ear. These ones I didn't leave quite enough to do a pin here in the middle, but I'm going to try anyways, just to kind of hold everything together. Come on, you. Work with me a little. There we go. There. So, trim off the bottom lip. All right, and that one's done. Where's my hanging up? There it is. Ow. All right. Now all that's left to do is let this hang. Let it get good and dry. Oh, looks like I need to put a clothespin down here. There we go. There. That's all she wrote. Cool. Okay, so now, you know what? Since I got one raccoon, I think tomorrow's gonna be a raccoon day. I think I'm gonna do the rest. I think I'm gonna unboard that one tomorrow while this one is cooling down outside. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Thank you all for watching. Quick 45-minute stream tonight. But thank you if you left a like and subscribed. And I look forward to seeing your comments and stuff in our future videos. Appreciate it.